Hey guys, how's it going? Finally having some time to get on here with you guys. I've been trying to do a video for the last 3 days while I've been running around. And I'm like, I can do it while I'm walking, while I'm talking, while I'm going by these parties and things and stuff. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So, as a lot of you guys know, I'm getting ready to go to the Far East tomorrow, actually. And I'm at a hotel at Heathrow Airport right now for my flight to Hong Kong tomorrow. So I'm finally having a little bit of time to make a video and come on and chat with you guys again. Because there's been this stuff that's been coming up, and that's what happens. It's like, because there is a open door here, and so the information comes through. It's like, oh, you're gonna do that. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. They're like, all right, here's all this stuff. You know, it's like an open, you know, you could call it channel and stuff or whatever, you know. Channeling's another thing. I'm always like, well, why would you want to channel anyone but you? Why would you assume there's somebody else? Well, there's just you, you know? There's just you. So it's just like, you're gonna be channeling your God self, because that's just a natural for you. But anyway, that's another subject. So with this here today, I want to talk about this. So we get into manifestation, reality creation, all this stuff. And it's very exciting for the human at first, most of the time, you know, usually. It's like, oh my God, finally, this, you know, reality, I can have some kind of control. I have some kind of say. It's like, whew, you know, thank heavens, because otherwise this thing just does not make any sense, does it? It's like, everyone's like here and they're trying to figure it out, like, why am I here? Like, what's going on here? It doesn't make sense, does it? Like life, it doesn't make sense. It's like, what am I doing here? Why would I choose this? Am I being punished? You know, a lot of people are like, you know, so there's the whole school of, yes, you are being punished and you're a sinner, you know, and you need to prove your worthiness, blah, 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 blah. And then there is also the part where a lot of people are like, oh, no, you're in school, we have to learn, you know, because, well, you're a baby, or I don't know. So it's all that, you know, you're brand new, and now you got to learn the hard way, you know, about all this stuff. So we buy into all that. So, and when we buy into that, we're really convinced that there's somebody else we have to please. And there's nobody there. Which means that anything you do, you can just say, yes, I'm going to be this person. But that's it. That's it. And I don't care. I don't care what 3D says. 3D can't tell me jack shit. Just that easy. It can be that easy. Now, I understand a lot of people want to use affirmations, scripting techniques, and all that stuff. And of course, that's fine if it makes you feel good. But if you're going to do it, then don't be on the asking side of things. Be on the receiving end of things. The, you know, thank goodness I have this thing. You know, I never knew how good this could be. I never knew how good I could feel. I never knew I could be so loved. So you're on the side of things where it's already happened, right? So if you're gonna do it, you want to be in the feel good. You don't want to be in the I affirm that I have this, you know, because then you are really just saying that you don't, and you're trying to get it. Because you are one of two people. You're either the one who is the you who is, you know, gotten into this whole thing and is like, I'm doing a thing, I'm doing a technique, I'm doing an affirmation, what have you, to make something happen, to bring something into my life, to reel it in like I got a fish on a hook. And it's not that. It's not that at all. It is about just being like, I'm all of it. I'm everything. And I can be anybody I want. I can say anything, and that's it. And it is that kind of brashness, really, that confidence. It's like, yeah, that's me. But a lot of people still don't understand, and they're kind of going around trying to convince themselves. And some people are like, look, how can I pretend? How can I fake it? I can't fake it. I can't pretend that I don't have those things, because they're just not there, and I feel stupid doing it. Well, it's not about pretending. It's not about faking it. It's about understanding who you really are and what's really going on here. Because you ain't this. You are not this human body. You made this human body. You made all the human bodies. You made everything in that you can perceive. Everything. Why? Because everything starts as one thing. And if we're looking at it on a physical level, you could say that everything is energy. You are that energy. You've manifested. One thing has manifested itself into this energy field, and that is the life force that goes into everything that creates the illusion. It's actually really, and it's really interesting if you look at Walter Russell's teachings. I'm sure some of you know. He got it, and he was trying to explain it to people who are scientists, quantum physicists and stuff. And so it's a little bit on the mechanical side of how it works, but he does talk about this, and this also was, I was told about this. They're like, okay, it's really about light. So light is created because the creator came before light, so created light to project forward. And it's like those little flip books, so if you do like a little flip book, it looks like something's moving. You can have like a person like, like walking, right? When actually each one of those frames is still. But in a little flip book, it's like they're walking. So it's a trick of light. It's when you take light and you pretend to divide it, you can have all these different perceptions because they act as like mirrors, right? But anyway, that's kind of another direction there. But if you haven't looked up Walter Russell and Lau Russell, you may want to, because his drawings are really cool. But of course, that's on a materialistic level. But you're that. You're just the energy, you're the light, and however you want to perceive it, that animates everything, which is why you are all things right here and now. That's who you are. And you're even beyond all of that. So this is exactly why you can go from playing one character in the movie theater here to playing any character you want. Now, how do you do that? Well, you withdraw your attention from one character and you withdraw that energy, and you're going to put that energy into the new character and be like, oh, I'm going to be this person. And then you don't waver from that. So this isn't a lot of work. It isn't complicated. It's just that, because you're our awareness. So where are you pointing it? But in all of this, the issue that people really have is that they think that I'm going to do this stuff, and then stuff's going to happen out there. And that's why I'm doing it in the first place, right? So they're doing things, and look, nothing's happened yet. What's going on? And we'll tell you exactly what's going on. There is no 3D. That is the illusion. And we're turned around here. We're facing that way, where there's nothing really there but a projection. And we keep trying to, I'm doing this stuff. I'm sitting here in the movie theater and I'm like, I'm going to make the screen change. I'm going to make the movie on the screen change. I'm going to make it change. I'm going to make it change. I'm going to make it change. And we look, open eyes, and we look again. We're like, oh, it still hasn't changed. Okay, I'll go back in. I'll do it again. Why doesn't it change? Like, why don't I have my stuff? Well, it's because it's not that way. That way is the fake pretend illusion. That's just the mirror side of you. It's not going to be there. If you want to find it and receive it, you have to turn around. You have to really give up on the 3D. Give it up. And I know that people aren't going to want to hear that, right? But this is how it works. When you face the other way and you're like, yep, I'm this person, I'm just having a great time, and I'm just sitting here, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna freaking enjoy myself. I'm just gonna be happy in myself. I'm just gonna think about things that I like. And I'm not gonna worry about making things happen. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna play that character. And it's like when I was a little girl, and everyone was like, oh, we're growing up now. And I'm like, I still wanted to play. I still wanted to enjoy myself. I was like, oh no, it's all about boys and stuff now. And I'm like, I still want to play with my Barbie dolls. You know, so I used to hide them in the closet and like have their little houses and stuff because I wanted to pretend. I didn't want to be in reality. You know, I'm like, it doesn't sound very good. I wanted to still play. And that's the world you want to live in. It's like you have to pull yourself out, pull that focus. And so many people are so incredibly addicted to 3D, this, you know, virtual reality movie screen. And I understand. I totally get it that a lot of people may be like, well, if I just ignore that and I'm just like in my own little world, like what the heck am I even doing here? Like, what's the point of that? And it's because if you want to really, truly control things, you have to understand that that's the reflection out. Your outer world is a reflection, which means you got to turn around and go within and make that character. Be that character. Be that person. Because that's just going to reflect who you are inside. That's all it can ever do. It can't do anything else but reflect who you have chosen to be. Who have you decided to be? So, okay, I want to give you an example here of how this totally works. And I've had this happen lots and lots and lots of times. And I think I've spoken about this, but I think it's been a while, but it's just a really good example to kind of clarify this. So, you know, I've been a musician like basically all my life, and you know, I'd be on stage, you know, years ago, and you know, in the beginning and stuff, and I'd be like playing, but then in the back of your head, you'd be like thinking like, oh, you know, do I look good? And do people like the songs? And do they like the band? Are people going to come up and talk to me afterwards? You know, blah, 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 blah. There's that kind of going on in the back of your head while you're sitting there playing. And then people are like, yeah, I mean, you know, we had followers and stuff like that. We weren't like a massive band or something, but we, you know, we put out records and we did some touring and stuff like that. But it was like, I don't know. People weren't freaking out or something like that, you know. But after I was doing that and I was playing bass in those bands, and then I left that band, and that I was in for a couple bands for a long time. And then I started to play with friends. I started to play drums just because in their rehearsal room they had a set of drums, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna mess around with those because they seem like fun, you know. And I was like this little cave girl, you know, playing drums. I'm like, I don't know how, you know, I don't know any formal drumming techniques. I just know what I feel and stuff. So I ended up, they're like, you're the drummer. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was drumming and singing in the band and stuff. But because I think it had to do with like, I just kind of didn't care anymore what people thought. I was like, this is fun, and I'm not like up front, I'm kind of in the back. So I was like, I just want to have fun, let's just go. And the guys were like, oh, we have to figure out a band name, we have to figure out how to present ourselves. I'm like, who freaking cares? I'm like, here's 100 names you can choose from. I'm like, let's just play. I don't even care if people like it. I literally just didn't even really care. I'm like, I felt that they would like it, but I just wanted to get on stage to have fun. I'm like, this is going to be so much fun for me to go on stage and to play drums. And, well, when that finally happened, because I stopped being like, oh, am I impressing people? Do they like me? Blah, 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 blah. And like I said, people were like, But when I was like, I really cared less. I honestly cared less about those 3D people and their reactions and what they did. I just wanted to have fun. And when I went on stage and played that, like that, oh my God, it was overwhelming. Everyone was like, you are amazing. You are fantastic. I love you. Do you want to do this recording? Do you want to play in my band? Do you want to, where are you guys playing again? It just was like, when I gave it up, when I gave up the 3D and what other people did and what other people thought, they came running. If you give up on 3D, it will come running to you. Because you're like, I don't even care about it. You know what? I'm just going to have such a good time myself, just like that little kid playing the Barbie dolls. Yeah, I'm in my own inner world. Hoo-hoo. Things are great here. You give it to yourself first. I'm just going to be like, yep, I'm that person. I'm in my own world. I'm in my own play. Like, literally, if you aren't doing it to, and then like lifting up the covers and being like, have you guys been impressed yet? No, not yet. Okay. Are you guys impressed yet? No. Don't worry about that. Give up on the 3D and it will come running to you. And that's how it works. That's why everyone's like, don't check the 3D, don't check people's social media, don't look for it and all this stuff. But that's why. That's why. It's this backwards thing. Why? Because we're dealing with the mirror. We just have to remember that it's all going to be basically backwards of what your mind tells you. It's going to be the opposite of what your mind's like, because all your mind knows is the 3D world. It just lives in the movie screen, looking at the movie, and it's like, that's all it knows. It's like, this is the only reality I know. It doesn't know that, like, you can go back into the projector room, yeah, I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to do this new play, and eventually that, just as an after effect, it will, be on the screen of reality and stuff. But when you really, truly give it up and you just play and you're just like, fuck it. Just fuck it all. Don't freaking care anymore. I'm just gonna have the best time of my life. And I don't care what anyone thinks. And I'll tell you what, everyone will love you. When you don't care what they think, people right away, they know, ooh, that person doesn't want anything from me. That's very appealing. Very appealing. That's why it's always the people who are sitting back like, yeah, whatever, that everyone's like, ooh, look at that, because you're like, I don't need it. Then everyone wants it. And it's the same thing with this. When you don't need it, when you're like, I could care less, that's when it works. So if your focus is all about you, then guess what? Because that's the mirror, then its focus is all about you. It's all about you. Because, and trust me, I am speaking from a lot of experience here. trying to please people, trying to do this, trying to make the world happy, trying to yeah, does that work? No. No. You can't make people happy, because happiness is a choice. Like all of this is a choice. You're either going to do it or you're not. You're either going to live addicted to the 3D and, oh my God, what's going on out there? And why is this happening to me? You know, it's like, well, because you're sitting there going, why is this happening to me? And it's a mirror. You're looking in the mirror going, why is this happening to me? Why am I this terrible victim? It's like, well, the mirror's, it can't do anything but just show you that. You know, why have they left me? And, oh, I hope that they come back, and please come back. And, you know, why am I so poor? I'm trying to get money. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. There's no money in my account. It's like, it's just a mirror. It's going to smile when you smile. It's going to be happy when you're happy. It's going to show you love when you feel love. Well, and people are like, well, I can't just, how can I do that? It's a choice. Just like happiness. No one can come and make you happy. No one's going to come along and be like, I demand you be happy. Do it. Do it now. Well, you know, no one can make you do that. Your emotions and stuff, things come up, but you can either entertain them or you cannot entertain them. You can be like, you know what? Screw it all. I'm just going to be happy. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to be in my own little mind and be like, yeah. And I'll tell you what, you learn to have the best time. The best time. And you're not relying on other people to make you happy. You're not looking at the world. Because everyone's like, poor me. I'm a victim. And it's that kind of baby mode where we're like, we're waiting for someone or something to come along and to save us, or to make us happy, or to do some magic, or to give us stuff. No, you give it to you. You give it to you. And that's how you do it. You do it by, like, forget it. Because how long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing this? How's it going? How's it working out? Well, for most people, it's not working out too well, as you can see. So, it doesn't work that way. That's why it doesn't work out, because it just doesn't work that way. You know, I mean, I didn't make this up. Well, okay, technically I did, but then we all made this up, because we're all one thing. We're all the same thing. That's why you can be anyone you want to be, because you are everybody. You are the energy that animates everything. That's your true identity. So when you pull that focus out of that one, like, I'm not going to be that anymore. I'm going to be this. And you go into your inner world and you're just that. You could care less if anyone ever even knows about it. You're just being it. And then, because you don't care about, you've disconnected yourself from caring about it there. And you're truly, because if you know, it knows, right? And you're like, yeah, I've had enough of trying to make things happen like that. I'm just gonna have the best time of my life. I'm just, if stuff happens, you know, I'm gonna be like, well, okay, that like was unpleasant, or that really sucked. And then I'm gonna be like, well, that's not mine. That's not mine. Not my world, baby. Not my world. Like, whatever. You know, that was just a thing. And I'm just going to go right back. If I need to cry or do whatever, I'm going to do it, you know. And then I'm going to go right back to, yeah, it's me. Because what will happen is when you choose to be someone different, well, that thing, the old you, is going to keep coming in for a while. It's going to keep coming in for at least 2, 3, 4 weeks, being like, remember that time when that, oh, well, that's not me. That's not me anymore. Or that's just not me. Not even anymore. It's like, oh, that has nothing to do with me. That's not me. oh, you can't eat that because you have bad digestion. That's not me. No. Or just a simple no. No. And one of these things that's really fun to do, and someone was telling me about it, that I had mentioned it to them about, like, in the Wizard of Oz, how, like, the witch, how she melts, you know, I'm melting when Dorothy throws the water on her and stuff. It's like the same thing when your old 3D self that you are choosing to now be like, yeah, abandon ship, you know, not that person anymore, not my thing. And so it's going to keep coming up. Oh, remember this memory? Oh, you have that problem. Oh, this person doesn't like you. And all of it, it's like, no, I'll just, because it's going to keep putting it. And then you keep saying, no, no, nope. And every time you do, it's like you just threw water on the Wicked Witch of the East. I think she's the Wicked Witch of the East. And I'm melting. Oh. You just like, beep, beep, you know. So it's going to come up. It's going to come up, you know. And then you're still that person. No, I'm not. Oh, you have these problems. No, I'm not. Remember that terrible thing in the past? Yeah, that's not me. No. No. Yeah. No. You know? So, it's why? Because you want to keep affirming. Keep being like, yeah, no, that's not true for me. No argument. No big explosion. No, I'm going to give you these reasons why I'm not that person because I am this person. I am affirming I'm this person because, no, just, I'm not going to pick up that end of the rope. You want me to get in a tug of war with you? No, I don't have to explain nothing. Just, no, I'm not that person anymore. You got the wrong number, my friend. That's not me. That's not my house. You know, or just simply, no, 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 no. That's it. And you can do that kind of visual thing or whatever you want if you want to, or just no. And that's it. But it wants to keep being like, are you sure you're not this person? You are this person. You're like, no. You are this person because you have those memories. You are this person because you have that past. Remember that horrible thing that happened to you like 30 years ago? You know, it's like, why would you even bring that up? You know, you are this person that has these problems, that has this history. And all these things happen to you. No, that's not me. No. Yeah, no. So, you stay the person. Stay in your own kingdom, like I like to say. Stay in your own closet playing with the Barbie dolls. And you're like, oh, that's not me anymore. And then finally, that will give up. After it's like the 2-year-old harassed you for a long time. And you're like, no, 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 no. Just calmly, but no, no. And then it happens. And then it happens. Because you don't change your mind. Because you haven't given up and you ain't gonna give up. Then it's like, oh, fine. Okay. And that's how it works. So give up on the 3D. Give up on all of that. It's got to conform to you, not the other way around. So I hope you guys have, that's helped you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm hopefully going to do a video tomorrow morning if I can. But otherwise, I'll be seeing you guys in Hong Kong, if not before then. And I look forward to it.